Just stumbled upon that one. Welcome to another episode of the show where we have guests here. Just kidding. It has been a while.
I blame 2020.
Yeah. Not a great year. Not our best.
Yeah, I don't know. It's been like a very focused on reframing stoic lessons kind of a year.
Yeah. Will that be an in-between episode that never comes out?
Yeah.
Stoic lessons.
Stoic lessons of 2020.
Yeah.
Here's one.
Yeah.
If it's your worst year, then you have things to look forward to. If it's not your worst year,
well, what about...
because things are going to get worse, then it's not your worst year. There you go.
Well, what if 2021's worse?
Then what are you complaining about?
Yeah.
It's going to get worse. Chill out.
Yeah. Well, actually, it should have reversion to the mean. So 2021 is statistically...
Right. Yeah. So, episode 362, I believe.
Are you sure?
No.
I'm sure. I told you that.
I'm not. I
Yeah.
just say the thing. What are we drinking?
Yeah, so we filmed one episode over the summer. This is the first episode in a while, and and those were the only episodes. We are drinking some WuyiOrigin from WuyiOrigin,
Classic.
who we have brought on a lot,
Yeah.
but actually not that much because we just haven't done as many episodes this year.
True, that's true. I apologize. Hashtag COVID.
Yeah.
Just kidding. Hashtag not COVID. We're gonna get demonetized. All of our money that we're making off of this empire of capital is all gone because I said the C word.
COVID?
Yeah.
Okay. That's the C word now?
Yeah, but I think YouTube does demonetize COVID video, anything with COVID in it.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Rovid.
Rovid 16. Yeah, that smells great.
Yeah, Rovid. Just add some numbers. Yeah.
Smells really fruity.
Yeah. Denny, what have you been... Actually, this is the first time we've seen each other in a while. Denny, have you been drinking tea this summer?
Yeah. I drink a lot of white tea and then black teas this summer. I'm not sure why. They were just like my morning go-to before it got too hot.
Uh-huh.
And it had some, we have so many samples of different stuff, so I cold brewed whatever, iced tea. Sorry.
Yeah,
a bunch of like Malaysian green tea and like weird stuff, just samples and stuff.
Okay.
And could basically realize that I just don't like green tea that much usually.
You've been working through the backlog.
Yeah, it is an infinite backlog.
Yeah.
I mean, I haven't seen you in
a few months.
I mean, yeah, and like
months.
honestly, I anyway, yeah, holy crap.
Yeah.
Too much.
This is the second session we've had at my new sound studio in East Hollywood. Moved from West Hollywood to East Hollywood.
Mm-hmm.
And it's raining outside.
Yep.
As
it normally does.
Studio. Yeah.
Right. As it normally happens in Hollywood. Smells great.
Yeah.
I love these Wuyis because they their nose can be usually pretty different than the taste.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So it'd be interesting to try this out. Give it a shot.
Cheers.
Salud. Cheers.
I feel like this tea for a Wuyi is almost straight to the minerals compared to even a normal Wuyi. Just immediately get that rock taste to it.
Yeah, it's very heavy on the roast. Not as much straightforward sweetness, not as much floral, not as much fruity.
Yeah.
Smell that stuff.
Yeah.
But just a kind of like roasted, bold mineraliness, I think.
Yeah.
Classic.
So this is a Laocong Shuixian from Cindy. There are 4 roasts on this guy, so this is the 4th roast.
Okay.
And it is over 80-year-old tree. So I think Usually speaking, if it's a vendor you trust, in the descriptions and the labels, this has 3 labels on it. The more you have, the more boutique it is. Doesn't work 100% of the time, but
that's fine. That's science.
It's like if you have a crappy tea, you're not going to put like a ton of labels on it.
Slap a label on it.
Yeah,
it's worth more money.
Yeah.
Don't do that.
Yeah, don't do that. No, I mean, seriously speaking, I do think this is probably supposed to be more of a fancy one. You picked up on the roastiness. 4 roasts, that's a lot of roasts, so
yeah.
I mean, maybe unsurprising.
Yeah, I mean, it does almost... So unlike coffee has an acidity to it that creates such a different experience. But there's I hate to use the word bold, but there's that sort of like kind of category of flavors where it's charcoaly, chocolatey, earthy, minerally, and just a lot of like sustenance there, which is kind of, it's again, these teas are so cool because there's not a lot of obvious fruit or a lot of obvious sweetness,
right?
Or floral. And yet there's so much flavor going on in a tea like this. So
yeah.
Yeah, this is wonderful.
Yeah.
How often would you, or how many steepings do you think a tea like this would go to?
Wuyis are not known to be the most teas with the highest longevity.
Right.
So, probably 10, maybe if you really want to push it.
Yeah, 10's a lot.
Probably the first 5 are a lot more dynamic than the latter 5.
Right. Yeah, it's good. No stringency, no pucker, smooth. My guess is that the roast handled a lot of that.
It's just a different sort of character,
Yeah.
Yeah. Are you more a fan of the lighter roasted Wuyi teas? Can vary.
I don't know. I mean, they're just they taste very different. So it's like
very true.
Kind of. If I had to pick one kind of Wuyi to drink, I probably would do something more like this, just to have that like true mineraliness,
right.
Capturing like the uniqueness of this flavor profile.
Right.
It can blend into things that taste a little bit too much like other stuff. So this tastes just like very classic rock taste Wuyi, like you said.
Yeah, I mean the rock taste. If you want to get all tea nerdy on it, it's called like the Yancha, and that's something that people definitely look out for in Wuyi teas. And I feel like this tea has a whole lot of it. Sometimes it can take a bit for that to come out, and maybe you're going to get some of more of those higher, fruitier, floral notes that Denny was noting earlier. And this tea has a lot of complexity going on, but I feel like it's straight to that rock. It's like you don't have to hike up to the rocks to lick them here. The rocks come to you to lick them.
It has such a classic
rocks on the tongue.
There we go. You can Photoshop that, everybody.
We gotta condense all the good stuff of TeaDB into one, and I think people want more tongue action.
That's
popular demand.
Yep, the crowd.
Give the people what they want.
That's what they've been messaging us about. Definitely. Oh man. Yeah, I mean, and the cool thing too about this is that even though this is such a unique flavor profile that frankly I don't think a lot of people would enjoy necessarily, not an easy to approach profile.
Right.
The nose on it is still such a classic oolong. It still smells like, if you just are kind of around the fragrance of it, it just smells like those kind of like hole in the wall Chinese, restaurants that serve you pu'er that they've been steeping for 3 days straight.
Yeah.
I love the roast. A little bit of that, not tartness, but puckering, tanniny vibe going on now. It's getting a little stronger. It's not, when I mentioned charcoal and coffee-like flavors, it's not that it's really potent or bitter at all. It just has that like deep flavor profile.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Let's keep going.
Cheers.
It's so clean too. For such like a cozy flavor profile structure, like in just structure, it's such a clean, not thin, but just pristine. It's almost like this flavor profile should be accompanied with more fatty fattiness, and this is much more clean, like you just did a sauna.
Okay. So have it after maybe a meal with some fatty pork, something like that. Yeah. Yeah. How do you place this tea as far as a Wui? For me, I think this tea might be a little less beginner friendly than most Wuis, just because it is a little less upfront with those sweeter, fruitier flavors.
Yeah.
But I actually kind of really like this tea.
Yeah. Yeah, I think a tea like this is not off-putting. It's not like this is experimental, interesting, you're learning about tea. It still tastes good. I don't think, though, it's necessarily, to your point, has quite as many just like amenable, enjoyable flavors compared to, you know, the average person who wants 3 pumps of vanilla, soy, whatever the F in their Starbucks cup, right?
Right.
For those people, you're not going to enjoy this.
Yeah. Or at least there are better Wuis more suited towards it.
Definitely, yeah. But, no, I mean, it's a brilliant, beautiful tea, delicious.
Right. So you would not recommend this tea to Costco if they're going to just serve sample cups to people. Not that you can even do that anymore. Thanks, 2020.
Yeah, boo.
Boo.
Thanks, Obama.
Yeah, he was president, right, at some point.
Yeah, I mean, this isn't... We have teas on the show that are so easy to drink and user-friendly and just, like, just would be appreciated across the board by everybody. And this tea, while I think it's clean, I think it's crisp, beautifully deep flavors, probably more of a tea nerd's tea.
Yeah. That being said, it's like if you're watching this video, you're probably more likely to be a tea nerd rather than someone randomly grabbing samples at Costco. Yeah. So I definitely would recommend trying 100%. A tea like this. I think it does stand out a bit as far as Wuis go. I think it's a bit different. And you can sort of see what the higher quality, heavier roast is. Exactly. I think if you wanted some of that more higher note, fruity complexity to happen, what you could do with this tea is you could wait a year just for that the intensity of that roast to die down a bit. And I think that might improve it, or at least move it more into that sort of realm of things. Right now, I totally agree with Denny. You can definitely, the roast is front and center for this tea.
Right.
Even at Steep 4 or something, that really does bring out that rock taste, but some people want more of that fruity flavors and stuff like that.
Would you say that the roast is charcoal or rock or what? Because I've had, just as a point, I've had so many charcoal roasted oolongs that I don't think taste like this.
I mean, we talked about the minerals and the rockiness of it. I think that's pretty front and center. I think you can pick up some charcoal-y notes to this, but I do think it's kind of its own thing.
Yeah, I mean, I like this is like a perfect high quality example of like the essence of rock taste in a tea.
Essence of rock taste. There you go.
Mom test real fast, and then we gotta cut this off.
Yeah. It wouldn't be my first choice.
The eclectic mom.
Yeah. The controversial mom. Maybe for the actual controversial mom, this would be a good one. You know, the edgy, trend-setting mom.
Yeah.
Maybe like your mom.
Yeah. Although there's like also the controversial mom that's like a Karen on Facebook now. Yeah. Like controversial in a way that you're not like...
What, is she going to call the police on this tea?
She probably is. She's more of the like quadruple pump, half calf, Starbucks, IV kind of a...
I mean, like, Wui teas, of all the teas, I will say, to be mistaken for a different substance that's grain.
Yeah.
I mean, would a Karen think about that? I don't know. We leave these questions to you, dear viewers. You can comment below.
That's how we do it. That's how we hack the YouTube algorithm, yo.
Yeah. We're going deep.
All right.
Taking on current events.
Weirdos.
We probably lost 10 subscribers in the last 45 seconds.
Okay, we love you guys. Thanks for watching TeaDB, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Do the things. TeaDB.org. How do we do this?
Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Reddit, social media, Instagram. We'll see you all next time.
Peace.
Cheers.